Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 3 of AOR Season 18, where today we're here for the Chinese Grand Prix. And if you guys did miss out on the last video, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. Probably the craziest race I think I've ever had in Formula 1, so I would highly recommend going back and checking that video out if you did miss it. But heading though into round 3 of the season, we've 2 podiums in the opening 2 rounds of the season, 2 third places. We currently do sit in third place over on the championship behind Humperdinck, who did end up winning the Bahrain Grand Prix last time out, and obviously Stewie, who won in Australia. Heading into China, not a track that I'm a fan of, I'll be honest with you guys. This is a track that I really do not enjoy on the F1 games. I was really sort of trying to look towards the next few rounds. Baku hopefully is a good track for me. Spain in the past has been a good track for me. Monaco as well, hopefully, is another good track for myself. But yeah, just in the background is my fastest run from this qualifying session. Yeah, coming into this one though, really needed to try and finally make that bit of progress and just prove that I can try to not, well, I wouldn't say I've choked in the first 2 rounds of the season. Australia I sort of did with the strategy, but the pace is there. It's just about trying to get everything all to come together and everything like that. As you can see, so far on this lap, not been too bad. A bit of a mistake as we headed down in towards the hairpin and the start of sector 2, but apart from that, and then just there running a little bit wide than I would have wanted there. You can see we are still, it's been an okay lap so far. Really struggling though to get the power out of this horrible corner on to the back straight there, and still getting snapped to oversteer as we head down at the back straight. Really, that's a horrible place where you can lose a lot of time there. You can see at the moment we are down in P13 at this stage of the session now, 13th and I think last currently in this session, so we do need to get the lap in now. As you can see, slowing down nice and tidily into the hairpin there, in towards the final corner of the lap, then trying to get a good consistent drive in towards the final corner. Avoid the wheel spin as best as possible there. Don't quite get the cut down on the apex as I would have liked there, but we haven't lost out too much time through the final couple of corners, and it is a 1 minute 45.6 there, 4/10 off Humperdinck at that early stage of the session there. And this was one of those horrible changing condition qualifying sessions where, as you can see right towards the very end, 20 seconds to go here, we did actually take the gamble and go out on a set of these soft compound tyres here. And well, I'll be honest with you, we were the only one that went out on the set of softs. If we'd made it rain in time, it could have very easily been pole. These tyres I felt were working quite a bit better than the wets, especially you can see running a little bit deep there, but they were going to be better. One more lap, the track had dried out so much right towards the very end. No one else took the gamble, and hindsight is a wonderful thing. I think we could have done it. No one else managed to improve in the last laps of the session. Now the track just got too dry for the intermediates there, and I think, yeah, the soft compound tyres, especially in Sector 2 and Sector 3, would have really come into their own there. So a little bit gutted that we didn't manage to get the lap out there, but we did still finish P4 in the session there. So, well, our worst qualifying session so far of the year. We've slowly but surely been moving down the order in the early stages of this season there, but I will still take that P4 on the grid ready for the Chinese Grand Prix, and very excited for this race. You can see coming down in towards the final couple of corners there, Riley boys just dumps it in front of me there. He decided he'd overtake a load of cars and then park it, so unfortunately Kezimoto ran into the back of me here, which was really not ideal, ready for the start of this Grand Prix. But yeah, we do start P4 then, ready for this Chinese Grand Prix. As you can see coming out the final couple of corners, Humperdinck, BR Hamilton and Schwiz just in front of us here. And after round 1, Jamie and I were really trying to line up ourselves for the Constructors' World Championship. It's definitely going to be tougher than I think either of us anticipated. Ferrari, Renault as well, both look really strong. Obviously, my main rivals, Humperdinck and Stewie as well, obviously in those 2 cars. It's going to be hopefully an interesting World Championship, nonetheless. And we're only 3 rounds in at the moment there, but we're already then on the grid for round 3 of the season. Hopefully we can get a good, nice, clean, tidy start here. The 5 laps coming on then for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it is lights out and away we get going there. And not off to a good start. They're struggling actually to get the power down there. We were trying to watch the wheel spin as we head down in towards turn 1 there. Joker's going to try and look around the outside through the first couple of corners there, but we're hanging out to try out wide there. And Hamilton and Humperdinck are going to come together, and we are going to... I thought that was wheel-to-wheel contact with Schwiz, but unfortunately, yeah, we kind of got screwed in that one. A nice bit of front wing damage to kick off this Grand Prix there, and yeah, that was really not what we needed. it's not, you know, the end of the world, that sort of damage, but it's still really going to cost us a lot, especially through Sector 2 here. So that was not the start we needed to this Grand Prix. I think Hamilton had tried to have a look up the inside of Humperdinck there, and Humperdinck had sort of slammed the door shut. Schwiz unfortunately got caught out as well in there, and yeah, there was unfortunately nowhere for me to go. And although we could have tried to get on the brakes a little bit earlier, I wasn't really expecting everyone to concertina up as badly as they did through the first few corners there. But yeah, that was the start of the Grand Prix, though. We did survive just about, although clearly not in the spec that I would have wanted here. And already by lap 3, Humperdinck had made the gamble and started on a set of the hard compound tyres. You know, it was a pretty textbook one-stop mediums to hards race, hards to mediums. But yeah, Humperdinck on that set of the hard compound tyres there was causing a train almost instantly in this Grand Prix there as we come through turn 1, turn 2, and I think, is this 3 corners, is it 4? I don't know at the end of the day. Then once again, just Schwiz parking it through the first couple of corners there. Needs to you know, get on the power a little bit more, mate. Get off the brakes a little bit less. Everything like that there, but he's going to be able to get the run on Humperdinck as we head down in towards the hairpin here. He's actually going to look up the inside here, so what is going to happen? They both lock up there. Schwiz actually parks it on the apex, so we can have a look right around the outside on the exit of the hairpin there. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact between the pairs, but I do make the move work around the outside here, and I was sort of in a bit of a all-or-nothing kind of mode here because I need to try and get past these guys as quickly as possible there. Schwiz tried to have a look up the inside through the next couple of corners, but we slammed the door shut on it. That one certainly weren't going to try and let him have any sort of move there, and unfortunately Quasimodo is going to get caught out further behind there, but I think he just couldn't brake in time. There were a whole lot of concertina up behind me. Yeah, Quasimodo unfortunately made contact and lost half of his front wing in the wall there, so really not the start of this race that he would have wanted. But we're still now all over the back of Humperdinck as we head out onto the back straightaway here. Are we going to be able to make any sort of move work as we head down the long straight here? We have got the DRS. Humperdinck has not got it on BOR Hamilton as well here, so as we head down the straight, are we going to be able to make this move work? There we're side by side, pretty much even on the brakes as well there. Obviously on the inside we do get the move done there. Slam the door shut on the exit once again, and we're now past both Ferraris inside one lap there, so really happy with that one. And now we need to try and close us the rear of Hamilton, make a little bit of a mistake as we head through the final couple of corners there to start lap 5 of this Grand Prix. But Humperdinck is going to think about having to move up the inside in towards turn 1 there. Well, luckily he wasn't quite far enough to really go for anything there, so we do hold on to P2 here at this stage of the race. But yeah, we really do need to try and focus on closing to the rear of BR Hamilton here as soon as possible, because, you know, although the front wing damage was definitely costing me time, I felt like we could get out into the lead, get some clear air here, we could still be in good stead for the rest of this Grand Prix and just see what we can try and muster up in this race here. And it could take us all the way to lap 11 here before we had any even, you know, chance of an opportunity. Hamilton and myself, you know, with that front wing damage, it was pretty even. We could just gain a little bit of time, but we had to nail absolutely everything, and I kept making mistakes out onto the back straight that really just gave us no chance to go for anything there. As you can see now with the slipstream, with the DRS closing all the time on BOR Hamilton here as we head down in towards the next corner, though we can't make a move work in it to the hairpin. We are still closing up at the moment there. It gets a nice chunk of wheel spin on the exit. We're actually going to be side by side as we head in towards the final corner here. I'm going to dive into the pit lane though, so we do get the move up the inside there, and now into the pits we go, trying to go for a little bit of an early gamble. We've actually tried to be a bit cheeky here and up the front wing slightly, up into 6, to try and, you know, trick the game to giving us, you know, a fresh front wing, everything like that. But I don't think, unfortunately, it was going to pay off in this race here. You can see they are making the changes to it, but unfortunately we just, well, I don't even know what that was in the pit lane there. Changed up the gears just too early there. Obviously I'm so used to, you know, 2.2, 2.3 second pit stops, and just caught it out a little bit too early there. 2.5 second stop, obviously, with that front wing angle change, has meant that we should have a bit more downforce throughout the second stint of this Grand Prix. But yeah, really not ideal there. We cost ourselves a good couple of seconds in the pit stop window here. And you can see already, by the end of lap 12, the virtual safety car has been deployed in this Grand Prix there. Schwiz actually almost binned it into the pit lane there. And this is where my race would kind of take a bit of a turn for the worst, unfortunately. You can see we're trying to get the Delta back down. We do get that done nice and tidily. And for some reason, I decided the best thing to do would be pit again. I don't know why. You know, hindsight is a wonderful thing in this world there. And yeah, I thought strategy masterclass. I was going to go on to another set of the mediums, change my front wing, and we were going to be back out with fresh tyres right on the back of everyone, forgetting that I was going to lose another 20 seconds of the pit stops. I don't know what I was thinking, and that was basically my race over. I'll be honest with you guys. Obviously, we were going to be messed up our pit stop again now. That's going to be a nice 10-second stop, I think, in the end. And yeah, really really not a day to remember here at the Chinese Grand Prix. We you know, every season you have some rough results, but really wasn't expecting to make such a, well, yeah, no words for that moment here in this race, and it would take me a good 15 laps right to the very end of the Grand Prix before anything else happened in this race. We have closed down the gap to Riley boys there after pushing like absolute crazy throughout the second half of this Grand Prix to really try to make this work. They almost dip a wheel in the grass through turn 1. They're struggling with the understeers. We try to get the car nice and tidy through the first couple of corners here, and are we going to be able to make any sort of move work on Riley with just 1 lap to go of this Grand Prix here? You know, I would love to try and take a point home from this Grand Prix there, as you can see, coming down in towards the hairpin once again here, and I think Hamilton in front of him did have some penalties here, so really not a good race for either of us that were at the front of the field there. You can see on the minimap Stewie and Humperdinck, my main rivals, still battling for the win, so unfortunately it was going to be a big loss for myself in this race as we come down in towards Sector 2 for the final time in this Grand Prix, and trying to use absolutely everything we can at the moment there. We've clipped the grass and we have spun the car around. Into the wall we go, and yeah, that was basically my race done and dusted there. I don't think we were going to score a point anyway. We tried to get the car back pointing in the right direction. The tyres at 77% wear there. Tried to get them going again, and we've lit up the rears, and we're into the wall and out of the Chinese Grand Prix. They're not the way I wanted to end that race. I think I would have been a bit more gutted if I had been in the points, something like that there. But yeah, I think P11 was all we were going to be able to get anyway, so we didn't really lose out anything in the end there. But yeah, it's still gutted to make the mistake with just a few corners to go of the Grand Prix. I did still beat Kez though. I will take that, because obviously I made it onto the final lap. I still did beat Kez in this race. You can see Humperdinck did win the race ahead of Stewie and Vulcan there. Ben consistently in P4 once again there ahead of Jamie, Schwiz, X-Power, Constant Ryan, Riley Boys, Weasel, Hamilton, Joker, myself, and Kez at the end of the day there. But yeah, nothing really much more to say, I'll be honest. I was really annoyed with myself in that one. Don't really want to talk much more about it at the end of the day. But yeah, that was the end of the race, and yeah, certainly one to forget. We'll try to come back stronger next time out at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.